Day 2, KJ, day 2. Bruh, don't ever put – being you putting up day 2 is not a good idea because your finger, my finger, was just not
What's
good.
that, Austin Powers? Come on, man. That's my good finger.
Man.
Day 2, baby.
Well,
We out here.
You know what? This is what I want to talk about. Follow my lead on this. As they say, jump in the carpool lane with me on something.
All right, let's get it.
You are now 3 years removed from the game. All right?
Yeah.
You are covering here at the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
You've played in 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Share with us the difference in feeling that you have covering it in this lane as opposed to when you played it.
When I look at this room and I look at thousands and thousands of people, you realize how big this moment is, how big this game is. As a player, I'm right here. What's some horses that put the blinders on?
Yeah.
I'm right here.
Right.
I'm focused on Peyton Manning. Mm-hmm. I'm focused on Tom Brady.
Right.
And covering the Super Bowl, you see the excitement of the fans. You see all the decor. You see all the stars out here. Man, you see how many stars we didn't see?
They stars.
We see stars left and right, and just the build-up from the game, you really notice it. Because when I played ESPN, I didn't see ESPN. The ESPN was not on my TV. I didn't see the noise. I blocked out all that mess. And so it's really cool to see it from the other side. And to cover it, I'm excited.
Okay. I'm glad you brought that up because over the last couple of days, I heard you say things like, I be seeing you look around, you like, wow.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting. I think about you and your teammates and how good you were. I think everybody watching would agree that you guys are really good. Mm-hmm. Which makes me believe that I don't think that you can be as good a player if you are connected to what everybody is saying. I think if you were sitting here on social media worried about what this person say, worried about if some weirdo named G. Scott calls you an average court, then you get mad.
Bro, it gets in your spirit. How you going to let the opinion of someone else really infiltrate your spirit? Because when you step on the football field, it's just that subconscious. Mm-hmm. It's that subconscious like, oh, am I average or am I mediocre? That stuff gets in your spirit. That's why you got to block that noise. During the season, G, I deleted my Twitter. During moments like this, I'm not watching ESPN. I had no idea. I swear to you, I had no idea that we was underdogs in Super Bowl 48. I was clueless.
Oh, you didn't know that?
I'm not making this up. I was clueless that we were underdogs in Super Bowl 48. But then you hear the noise, they had you guys losing. They had us losing?
Because that ain't what the film said.
Off of what I saw on film? y'all let y'all damn. I think we are some underdogs.
Right.
And so I look at certain guys like a Brock Purdy. He's the talk of the town.
Right.
Every interview I do, every time I see is Brock Purdy. I really hope that as a player that he is really, it's the old cliche, ignoring the noise, blocking the noise. Don't read man, stay off that, man. Stay focused on you, your teammates, your family, and you going to be A-okay.
Now, I'm going to share this with y'all, and KJ don't even know. Like I said, right, everything we're talking about right now, KJ has no idea where I'm going. Actually, most of the time he has no idea where I'm going. But something I have found to be really cool over the last couple of days. Yeah. I haven't even shared this with you. We have been going out in situations where last night, just help you understand, we went to Marshawn's get together, you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about stars. Now, I'm not going to lie to y'all. Mm-hmm. I was sitting back like, Lawrence Taylor,
LT,
Ray Lewis. I'm talking about the stars of the stars of the stars that did next door with Shannon Sharp's deal. But here's what stood out. KJ Wright gets his respect. Look, I'm not playing, y'all. I'm talking about grown men coming up to KJ being like, hey, yo, man, you was a baller. And one thing I know about pro athletes, y'all be kind of stingy with your compliments.
Absolutely. Gee, listen, the way that Torrey Holt, the way he shook my hand, the way he, like, embraced me and hugged me, like cheek to cheek.
Like like I'm gonna be real honest with you, dog. I thought you were a good player, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Everybody will say you were a good player, right?
Yeah.
I now think you were a better player now based on the way I see people embrace you.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about fans like me, KJ.
Yeah.
I'm talking about real dudes out here that did it. What my man Shannon say from the pivot? Shannon said from the pivot, verbatim, he said,
Oh, yeah.
when I coached football, I used to show my kids your tape.
Yeah. You missed the interaction between me and Ray Lewis. You wasn't there. I go to the little area, go up and shake Ray hand, give me a hug. Brother, so good to see you. KJ, so good. I'm like, man, how you know my name, bro? How do you even know my name?
I'm saying.
And we got Swagoo about to pull up real quick.
Man, this Swag. Oh, my God. What's up, what? Let's have
There
a
you go.
business.
There you go. What's up, man? How you doing?
Like you still can line down.
I can.
What up, T?
How y'all doing? How's it going?
See, y'all see it in real time. We ain't even stopping the camera. We just gonna keep it going. You know what I mean? You know, when stars show up, they show up. And they show up, sometimes they show out. Oh man, when they bringing food? Hold on. Wait, hold on. Swagoo, Marcus Spears, he bringing food? Hold on. What we got here?
Man,
What?
I'm bearing gifts.
Come on now. You cooked this, bro? Man, you.
So you see the shirt.
Okay.
Right? Louisiana Fish Fry. You know I'm from the boot.
Yep.
And this company is somebody that I've been partnered with now for 3 years. And we create. It's known for fish fry and fried fish. You know I'm
catfish,
outdoors.
catfish.
Yeah, catfish.
Yeah.
We do other stuff, but KJ catfish for the national audience. But yeah, I know. Turn around so you can get a picture of that. So we got into the chicken game.
Okay.
And I wanted to have something created that was going to make a phenomenal chicken sandwich. It's one of my favorite meals. So we put a chicken fry together using some of the spices and the batter that we use with the fish fry. And that's the way I eat a chicken sandwich. Egg over medium, sauce on both sides, cheese, and the bread got to be soft.
Gotta be.
And that thing busted, dog. But Louisiana Fish Fry is my that's my. It's a family thing, man. It's a historical thing. Grandmother, uncles, aunts, we all used it. Now we in the chicken game, so we're gonna take over that
Yes,
too.
sir. Yes, sir.
Now you can go around and do all these interviews and tell everybody this little in the recipe.
Yep.
Give us the real secret. You said cheese. What kind of cheese?
It's got to be cheddar.
Okay.
Yep. And it's got to be melted to where it molds to the chicken breast.
Okay.
Molds to the chicken
These are the
breast.
secrets that they don't be given.
Bro, if you throw a hard-ass piece of cheddar cheese on top of a sandwich, that
cold
is
one.
doing a disservice to everything that's happening.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I appreciate you stopping by, man.
No doubt, man.
Appreciate you.
No doubt.
Look, I tell you, the first time I saw you on TV was ESPN. And I was like, this dude got all the juice. He got all the swag, all the sauce. But take me before that.
Yeah.
People see the ESPN, the prime time, the Monday Night Football.
Yep.
Tell me about that quickly, like the journey before we saw this.
Dude,
right
it was so obviously I played in Dallas, but what you see on TV is what I did with my dad, my uncles, when we all would get together and talk ball. I've been debating sports since I was 8.
Yeah.
Right? Because I
Yeah.
always wanted to have an opinion with the OGs that I was around. I got an old soul, grew up around a lot of older people. Wisdom was something that they told me I needed to have early in life to have success. So that was a part of the journey. And then I played for the Cowboys. Like
Yeah.
that market and where you become known at
Yeah.
is unbeknownst to you until you get done.
Yeah.
And then too, man, like I went and interned at the Dallas Morning News when I got done playing football because it was always media. We have 7 days a week. You know, some organizations, they do 2 days and the media got to go away. Jerry got them in there every single day for the media. So I started learning a lot about it, started asking a lot of questions. And I thought initially I wanted to be a part of print journalism, but also like on the digital side, because you know how we used to always have them conversations with writers about, dog, you so wrong about what, I didn't blow that coverage. That's a completely different thing. So my idea was I wanted to break that down digitally so you can write what actually happened, right? You don't look at the DB getting beat over the top and be like, he can't play man to man.
Right.
Bro, we in cover 2. I'm supposed to have somebody over the top. But anyway, That was the initial thought. I was so bored out of my mind, KJ. Like, bro, I was sitting in a cubicle. I'm around people that are not necessarily sports people. And then SEC Network came about, which I knew everything about. Going to LSU from Louisiana. My sister hit me up and was like, "You heard about this SEC Network?" I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "You should do that." And I don't know but one way, bro. Like,
and took off from there.
Same dude on TV that I am when you see me.
So you made the transition to TV. There's a part of you that I fell in love with, not just your knowledge of the game, but the way you deliver that knowledge. And here's the part that connects with me that we have not had on TV. I want all of y'all people that hiring folks understand and listen to what I'm trying to tell you. When you say damn, when you come there and you give it to you like you are really talking to your daddy and your uncles, tell us that period, because I know you didn't come right out and do it.
Yeah.
Tell us the time that you started to say, you know what, I'm going to start talking how I want to.
Yeah. So when I was at SEC Network, it was controlled because you kind of represent the conference, right? And the hard time I used to have in college was I would never criticize college players. They trying to get to where we was at, bro. They trying to change their family's life. So it was hard for me to be critical. Just an honest critique was cool, but you know, in media sometimes people want to sensationalize things and tell you that somebody horrible. Well, he ain't horrible. He just not playing to what you think the standard should be. And we can kind of delineate between that. But I was on SEC Network saying, damn. You know, and I would get emails and people would tell me. And then when I got the nickname Swagoo, I had an executive at ESPN, I'm not going to mention no names, was like, we want you to use your real name. We don't want you to become a character. I was like, bro, I ain't named myself this. This how everybody relate to me. And where I'm from, you nickname everybody. You nickname everybody, right? So if you watch, I call Dan Orlovsky D.O., I call Mina MK, I call Laura Rutledge Boogie. We all know RC as RC. But to me, that creates a family vibe, right? And I'm terrible with names. So half the time I don't remember your thing anyway. But to answer your question, G, man, I don't know how to be no other way.
Yo.
I say damn in my vernacular. I say damn when my son ain't hooping the way he should be, when my daughter not playing volleyball. And I think media had to kind of grow accustomed to the fact that people at home are real people. People ain't sitting. People not going to put their suit and tie on and sit on their sofa and act like they watch it. You know, so it just. And I'm glad the medium has changed, bro. Y'all have voices. Players are now starting to speak out. It used to be taboo, like, oh man, you don't want to say nothing bad because company's not gonna want to rock with you, and you got to be careful about your image and all of that, bro. If your image is being you, be you, bro.
Absolutely.
Like everybody ain't gonna like it. You're not gonna be everybody's taste. Everybody don't like how I talk. Right. I don't give a damn about it.
And Swag, on the football field, obviously you got to have chemistry with the man beside you.
Yes,
me
absolutely.
and Bobby, me and Cam, we did our thing. Really explain to the viewers how you, RC, D.O., how y'all got to have chemistry to make that magic happen. And when did you realize, oh, we some special dudes together?
Bro, it's got to be authentic, but more importantly, like, you got to be willing to accept what's different about the individual. I cannot like Dan's take, but know that Dan is a great dude. And sometimes we get that line blurred in media. A dude to give a take and then, like the Cam situation, right? Cam gives a take and then Cam start getting attacked personally. And it's like, bro, first of all, that's Cam Newton. All right, everybody relax, pause. This is one of the greatest players to ever play college football, and he's a league MVP who went to a Super Bowl, led his team to a Super Bowl. That alone probably more than most people have accomplished in their whole life, right? So let's not attack the person, but we kind of we fall into this, I'm going to attack you because that's going to hammer home my opinion about what you said. Bro, I focus on what you say, right? Like, come on, fellas.
You do.
I do. Yeah. It's different. I'm from South Baton Rouge. It's different when we having a conversation about us as men and we having a sports opinion. Ain't no gangsters on TV. Like my uncles and cousins and OGs that's back at home, they have no desire to be on ESPN. First of all, they don't want that many people to know them. You know what I'm saying? So I say it all the time, bro. Like, it is the chemistry that we built on NFL Live is because we respect the individuality of that person.
Right.
And you said RC and Dan. I bring up Mina Kimes. Mina never played football. She don't know what it feels like to be in the fourth quarter, and you got to think while your body tore up. She's never been in them situations. But I'd be damned if I'm not going to respect how much film she watches. When she gives an opinion, it's like, damn, that dude lined up with how football is played, right? Yeah. So this whole narrative about, like, everybody want to fight now. Everybody want to fight. Man, listen, man, I done been in real fights. The media ain't going to get me in no fight, dog.
All right, let's switch. A lot of our viewers, you know, we in the Seattle area. You know, we see you when you come to Seattle. Give us your view of the Seattle Seahawks going forward. I know what we think. We got a new coach. Head coach Mike McDonald's a new head coach. What is your view of what's going on in Seattle?
First of all, I love Mike McDonald. Let me say that.
Okay.
Everybody do.
And I judge Mike McDonald like we all do. I judge him off what his players say. I don't care about what the media say about you as a coach.
Okay.
I judge you based on the dudes that played for you. What do they say about you?
What they saying?
Pat Queen loves him. Pat Seattle. Pat Queen loves Mike McDaniel.
You know Pat Queen a free agent, right?
Pat Queen loves Mike McDonald.
Okay.
But then, too, like Mina brought this point up. Speaking of Mina, she brought up the point that we saw Carl Van Noy have a resurgence. We saw Jadeveon Clowney have his best season statistically getting after the quarterback. Coaches do that. They put you in a position to be successful. They allow you to be authentic to who you are, and they move you forward. So Seattle, I feel like, is in great hands. I love Pete. But I love Pete from afar. I don't know Pete. I don't know what people feel about him. He had a lot of success. Bro, y'all have one of the most historical defenses ever. We got to give him credit for that. But ultimately, it's evolution. One day, somebody going to be sitting in G and KJ spot, and they're going to be doing a Radio Row interview. One day, somebody going to be sitting in ESPN. Swag, we're going to be at home chilling. That's the evolution of it. You milk this thing as long as you can, and then the new ushers in. What he has done, he stopped the best offenses in the league. So, you know, we that's it. That's Mike McDonald.
Swag. Appreciate you, dog.
Bro, appreciate it, K.
Keep doing your thing, man.
Hey, man, y'all bust that chicken sandwich up.
I don't care what y'all say. Y'all need to get on this right here.
The cheese got to melt into it.
Wait. Where can how can they order this?
All right, so LouisianaFishFry.com. LFF is on LF Fish Fry is on Twitter, Instagram, all of that type of stuff. And I'm promoting it all off. Y'all know what happens with me in the off season. I start cooking. I'm about to be back in the kitchen.
So I have an idea, and I don't know if you talk to your people.
All right.
What if somebody watching, they say, I want that, but I want Swagoo to come cook it. 50,000, 25, you know what I'm saying? Like, an opportunity to come to your kitchen and Swagoo gonna cook. Ain't not 50,000, that's cool.
Well, G, you know it's real. It's got to be a brick paid for it. That's number one, because I ain't getting on no plane. I don't leave my family without compensation. That's number one. But nah, man, honestly, the power of, and I'm being a salesman, but I'm being honest with y'all, man. I don't partner with anything I don't use.
Fair.
Right? Like, I've had opportunities to do. I'm like, bro, I don't know nothing about that. I appreciate the offer. I have no idea. This is a labor of love since I've been a child. So when I'm out and I'm promoting something, because Caroline is, she works and we've been doing a lot of these events together. They know me, bro. Like, I give a look like, yo, it's time to go. Right? Like, I'm not. So for me, this, like, my grandmother passed away 3 years ago. I learned about Louisiana Fish Fry from my grandmother. So the fact that I'm working with this company and the fact that we've partnered and we starting to, like, branch out and do phenomenal things together and get in other spaces that I love and I care about, it's more than just a promotion of a product. But beyond that, dog, it's fire. It's good. Like that, you know, I didn't get like this because I've been eating salads and tomatoes.
Brother, man. Keep it going, man.
Much love, fellas. Much love, man.
Thank you.
Y'all keep doing y'all thing, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm a roll as long as I can.
Yes, sir.
All right,
yes,
bro.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you, man. Good?
Running around. I can't wait to get some time off. Been going since really the end of my college. Really the beginning of my college season. Straight to rookie.
Straight to training?
Yeah, straight to training.
Nah,
rookie OTAs, all that.
You've been going since January of 2020
Yeah.
when you get dropped off in Columbus. That's how long you've been going
facts.
this journey. How is it, man?
It's a blessing. It's a blessing. And also, it has a lot of ups and downs that come with it. It's
What's
whether-
the downs?
I would say really just they always say heavy is the crown that wears it. For me, the downs are really like kind of just missing time with family, missing out on special events like that you want to be at, like with family members, missing birthdays. Just like I wouldn't say we're anything like the military. I have a lot of respect for the military, but it's like you're kind of like on deployment.
Oh, yeah.
Where you really have to focus and lock in on your job and that's the type of focus it takes to be successful in this league. And, I learned that firsthand in my first year or so. I would say that was probably like the worst thing is just missing out. But I've been doing that really since I was 14, with AAU tournament, 7-on-7, like all type of stuff, being an active kid. So going straight into my college career at Ohio State and then going straight to the league, having the longest year of my life, my rookie year. But, it's a lot of blessings that, a lot of dreams that I accomplished that I set out as a kid.
Yeah, and CJ, for me, I remember that moment my rookie year when I realized, I could play in this league. I can hang with these dudes. What was that moment for you when you realized, like, I belong here, I know I'm good, I can compete? What was that moment like for you?
I would say it was after week 1 against the Ravens. Even though we lost and, like, you can say my numbers weren't this or that, but, like, I feel like I played in a sense where I shelled myself. I wanted to go out there and be like, I'm going to feel like what it's like. Yeah. That's a terrible mindset to have. So, like, that second game I came out, I'm finna go crazy. Like, I'm finna do whatever I got to do to make plays. And, I ended up having a pretty good game against the Colts. Then we played week 3 against the Jags. And I got really comfortable. And they were kind of a tricky defense, come from top Bulls, so they do a lot of pressure, a lot of fire zone, a lot of replacement pressures, and then they'll zero you and backed up. Like, it's crazy how they kind of call their defense, and we picked them apart. So, like, week 3 was like, all right, man, I'm here. And then week 4 we played the Steelers, and I went crazy against the Boys too. I was like, all right, it's starting to get normal. I'm starting to really get my rhythm, get it packed. So, like, week 4 was like the moment I was like, man, I can rock with these guys.
Yeah.
One of my most favorite things there's a lot of things about you, CJ, that's my favorite, but lately, all this year, you have put your spirituality out in front of the world. What made you make that decision to be very open about that? I love that you do that.
Yes, sir. It's hard, because I was even talking to my boy about this last night, like, when you decide, and I've been doing this since I've been a kid, I've always given God the glory and the praise because that's how I was raised. I was raised in the church. But, it's hard because then other people start putting their expectations on you, and then you're held at a standard, which, as a follower of God, that's a great thing. And when you carry a cross, it gets a lot harder. And that's what a lot of pastors and people don't tell you, that it gets harder. And it's just kind of what you sign up for. And, I've been blessed enough to make it through my trials and my tribulations and still have a testimony, and I think something that I do it for is because I want that kid to feel the same love that I felt from God, So it's nothing more, nothing less. And don't get it twisted. I'm not perfect. Like, we all are flawed humans trying to do what's right, but I fall short. And, that's why God is there for me, though, because he's married to the backslayer, So I'm super blessed to be able to be in a position to give him the honor and the praise. And I would do it if nobody was watching,
Yep.
So.
Yeah, and CJ, G and I, we talked about you after your playoff loss. And I said to D, that playoff loss going to be really good for CJ. What you felt, what you experienced in that playoff game, talk to me what's something that you could take from obviously losing into this going to be how my training's going to be. This is going to be my mentality. I have to play at this type of level going forward if I want to advance in the playoffs.
I think you hit on the nail, man. Like, that loss, I know it sucked because I thought, like, don't get me wrong, that Ravens defense was amazing. But at the same time, like, we went out there and we laid an egg. So, and it was embarrassing, like, I don't ever want to be embarrassed on the field. And what I can learn from that is, like, you can't expect to win when you have penalties. You can't have penalties. We didn't turn the ball over, thank God, but, like, it's dang near like turning the ball over. Right. Like, we're getting in fringe, we're getting in the red zone, and we're pushing ourselves back out by false starts and me missing motions and things like that. Like, the operation got to be better in the huddle, and that's something that I can work on from OTAs to training camp.
Yeah.
Putting our team in that environment again, so when we get back out there, it's like we're playing at home. Remember that we're on silent. You know, it's easy for defense to time up their blitzes on a foot because I put my leg up, they know they're coming. So like in that game, we didn't really use any dummy. We didn't use any fake snaps. Like we didn't do anything like that, and because we kept jumping off sides, and I kept messing up the counts in the huddle a little bit. And you know, that's something I can really learn from is just being better on first and second down. So third down isn't just third and 14,
right.
third and 8, where the defense can just go eat. You know, so that's the main thing I probably learned from that loss.
CJ, you talked about the crown being heavy, and I want to disclose this and say something. Here you are, this next level of where you have attained, you haven't changed. How hard has that been? Because the person you are, you still come and show me love. You still call me Mr. Scott, which I still sometimes feel uncomfortable with. You still call me Mr. Scott. How do you stay grounded like that, man?
You know, I feel like that's I can only just really say my mom and my pops, like how they raised me. You know, you show people respect. You look people in their eye, and you always want to let people know, like you want people to remember your name from just their first interaction. You know, and I think like, even when I first met you, like the spirit that you had, like it uplifted me at a hard time. It was a hard time in my life when I first got to college. Like, I remember you, Mr. Najigwa, took me to Target. And a lot of people don't know the story. They took me to Target, and I didn't have a lot of money to buy a lot of stuff, and they got me, like, blankets, comforters. They got me soap, face wash, all the different things that you need for, like, your college dorm. And, like, man, that meant the world. So, publicly, thank you.
I see you.
And I know I told you a lot.
Yeah.
But and he hooked me up with the nicest cologne. It was my first cologne. Like my first cologne as a grown man. Like Dior Sauvage.
What did he give you?
Dior Sauvage.
See you, G.
Yeah. So
I gave it to him.
the first thing I said on the day when I hugged him, I was like, oh, what you got on today? Come on, Mr. Scott.
Got that creed on the day.
Got the creed on.
Got the creed
so
on.
I'm gonna tell you off camera. I don't want to, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, I ain't trying to.
Yeah.
I'm tell you what I've been working with.
Okay.
But no, like I feel like nothing has really changed me because God has shown me humility, you know, and He showed me how to be humble and just be selfless. Like I'm in a business of being a servant, and I want to help people. You know, I think that's why I'm here today. And I was telling people yesterday. One of my best friends, he had told me this phrase after I lost a Heisman. I lost one of the Heisman, the first one. I was really upset. You know, I wanted to win. I thought I deserved it. And just because we lost against the team up north, I felt like they took it away from me, which was fine. You know, because God's story was greater. But he told me, he was like, your passion is greedy, but your purpose for others. And, you know, I always thought my purpose was football. I always thought that's what I was, like, purposely on earth to do. But I know now, like, it's more than that. It's to give back to people. So I'm super blessed enough to be the same person that I've really been doing since I've been a kid, you know.
Love it. Can you say that one more time?
Your passion is greedy, but your purpose is for others.
Amen. I
You know
love
what
it.
I'm
I love it.
Yeah, shout out my dog, Baron Harris.
Well, CJ, we're going to let you be, man. We are grateful that you came by and showed some love, man. Man, means
Appreciate
the
it.
world, brother.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Continue to
Thank you.
do
Going.
great, man. We're going to keep watching you from afar. You know I'm going to be
sir.
a fan forever. Tell your mother I said hello.
Will do.
God bless, all that good stuff.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
you,
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Scott.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I don't want Zaire to say nothing out here that could have been right here.
Yeah, I'm with it. all material.
Yes, sir.
My dog, a media guy, podcast.
Oh, no,
Ooh,
hashtag new media.
Come on, Trench's show. Man,
Yes,
there
sir.
he is. Zaire Franklin, man, out of Syracuse. One of the best linebackers in the game for the Indianapolis Colts. But before we talk about anything else, I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I'm going to say it for you. You can't say it. Let me say it. How in the world does Zaire not make the damn Pro Bowl? Huh? Did y'all turn the tape on? Are we going to get sick and tired of having the same names go to the Pro Bowl instead of the play? The names, not the play. So I had to say it for you, get it off my chest.
It's all good. I got more to prove, man. I got more to prove. That's all it is. But I got to put it on tape. That's all it is. I got to
Zai,
keep
you
going.
put it on tape.
I got to keep going. I got to keep going, KJ. I got to keep. You know they're going to deny you before you get it.
And
They're going to deny you before you get it,
They've
man.
been trying to deny you.
And I was watching throughout the whole season. Zaire Franklin versus Bobby Wagner.
Tackles.
Who about to lead the league in tackles?
You know he called the shot, right?
What you mean?
Week 1, we played Jacksonville. I had 18 with a forced fumble. He had 19 after week 1. I texted him after the game. I was like, bro, you can't let me have nothing. Like, I lose. He said, look, don't worry about it. At the end of the year, it's going to be me and you 1 and 2. He told me that week 1.
Really?
Wow. Yeah. So shout out to B.
You
Wags.
was 2?
At the time, I'm like, he must mean him at 2. You know what I mean? Then I had took off, but shout out to B. Wags, man. Shout out to B. Wags.
I want to ask that. I mean, we're talking about Bobby Wagner. He's going to the Hall of Fame.
For sure.
For your name to be 1 and 2 in the same sentence with that man, what does that mean to you?
Oh man, it's just it's a combination of a full circle thing. I had a couple full circle moments with Bobby and with KJ. I just remember being a young bull, training for the draft, finding out that the NFL guys was in the building. Like, scared. I walk over. What's up, man? I'm Zaire, man. I went to Syracuse. What's your stats? Like, that's the first thing. What's your stats? Like, you all ACC? I'm like, yeah, I'm all ACC. They all right. What did you projected? What you running? I'm like, oh, man. But, just learning from them guys for over the years and, man, losing to these dudes over and over again. I'm tired of losing to Bobby and KJ. I ain't going to lie. I'm over it. I'm waiting to see him. I texted him last night, but when I see him, I'm telling him, I ain't losing to you no more.
He here. No, he should be here.
I ain't losing to you no more.
And Z, when you look at where you are now, people see number 44 with the vibes of making these plays, starting like you didn't come off like that.
No way.
You was a special teamer.
Yeah.
You was running down on kickoff, on KR.
Yep.
Walk me through that journey where you was, essentially what they call it, getting out the mud to where you are right here in 2024.
Man, I would honestly say a lot of it really started with you guys. I remember, going into my second or third year, we were training, and you know how it is, as a young guy, you just feel like you're getting wronged.
Yeah.
You're feeling like, you want to blame the coaches, you want to blame the circumstances. I work hard and I put it in, but, I wanted more for myself. And I remember having a conversation with Sherm, and he was like, yo, man, like, all right, if you're a special teamer, why not be the best in the league? Like, if that's your role, then
Right.
be the best.
Right.
And then, and at the time, you know how Sherm is, he get in that mode sometimes. But when I left, I was just like, man, that really stuck with me. So that was my goal. From that point, I was like, you know what, Sherm, right, I got to be the best.
Right.
And, from there, it was just, every level or whatever was asked of me, just trying to raise that level and just trying to be, like I said, the best in the league, the best in the room, the best on the team. And just knowing that, whether it was me being a special teamer on KOR or starting linebacker, that, me pushing at the bar in the league was going to help the team win. So.
Absolutely.
Man, I know I saw you first training in Bellevue before the combine and all that stuff. And then now I pull up to the Indianapolis airport. I pull in there and I'm like, do I see Zaire all through the airport? I hit him too. I said,
What you mean all throughout the airport?
Pictures all over the airport, man. The airport put his pictures up.
Got
man.
it like that.
Man, I pulled it. I said,
go.
Zaire. It's like that, man. But you know what? You always humble, man. So I want to just say that first. Second, what's next for Zaire? What's the next level? I know you sometimes don't want to brag about it, talk about it, but I know you got something in sight. What's that?
Man, I think at this point, like I said, best in the league. That's my mentality. That's my goal. I'll tell y'all just because I know KJ holds me accountable to it. I know Bobby holds me. It's got to be all pro. It's got to be Pro Bowl. It's got to be, but deeper than that, it's got to be game changer. You know what I mean? It's just, when you reaching that level, you can't get comfortable. There's always somewhere else to go. And I truly feel like there's multiple bounds and leaps that I can still take in my game, and still further I can go. So just continue to push myself to reach some new levels.
And Zaire, as linebackers, we really pride ourselves on tackles.
Yeah.
But from brother to brother, it's all about that ball, dog.
Yeah.
You get that ball, they cannot deny you.
Yeah.
And I text Zaire during the season.
Mm-hmm.
I said, bro, if you don't bend your damn knees when you in your linebacker, he's standing up like this.
We had the same linebacker coach.
I said, bro, bend your knees.
But look, I had a talk with Coach Smith. Shout out to Richard Smith, linebacker, old ball coach. He coached for 30 years.
Yeah.
I tell him, I said, look, we made a deal. I said, look, I get in my stand, but if I stand up, understand I know the play. if I stand up, that means I know something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's all that is, though.
Yeah. and Zaire, I remember in 2016 when my son was born, my firstborn. And for me, I had a moment where, you can ask Bobby to this day, I saw football completely differently. Hell, I was ready to retire. I'm like, I just want to be a stay-at-home dad.
Yeah.
I had that moment when I saw my son, first-time father, while balancing football, while balancing family. How are you adjusting with husband, dad, football?
Yeah, yeah. Wedding in 2 months, man. It's walking me down. But it's not easy, man. It's not easy. It's and I know you know. It's at times you feel like you letting one side of it down. Like it's times in the season where I'm like, man, I'm not spending enough time with my boy, man. Like I need to spend that time at home. But then it's, man, I gotta get more in this film. Like I don't know if I'm. You feel me? It's like so you constantly, as who we are, we always pushing each other, pushing ourselves. But it's beautiful, man. It's no bigger motivation. It's no bigger blessing. Man, my little man at the game, of course I got to snap. I got to. Like, he can't see me. He can't see me getting stiff-armed and ran over. Like, no, I got to put on. So, man, just having my son, man, is just a blessing. He's a football addict now. Even though I try not to, but every time he see me, he grabbing the football. He want to watch football highlights. That's all he only 2. He crazy. So.
Well, tell us this, man. How you love your organization, the Colts organization? How they treating you?
Man,
talk to us.
I'm gonna leave that out of there, but I would say it's been a beautiful journey. I know KJ can speak on it. It's a blessing to be able to play 6 years, going on 7 years from one organization.
Yes,
man,
sir.
It's something I never take for granted. From Byler to the Ursays, just appreciate it. Them taking a chance on me in the 7th round back in 18 because. I was looking like I was on my way to be undrafted and so on and so forth. So I always appreciate the opportunity, and I just told them that that's all I ever asked for.
Yeah.
So even when I re-signed and they gave me an opportunity to compete to be a starting backer, I told them that's all I ever asked for. Yeah. And I just been trying to prove them right ever since.
Bro, is Gus still telling stories?
Oh, man, Gus got stories for days, bro. He got stories for days. I finally been catching him repeat a couple now. We going to year 3. I'm like, I heard it, John. So, but Gus still kicking it, though.
All right, real quick, linebacker talk. We got Nick Bolton with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
We got Dre and Fred with the Niners. When it comes to linebacker play in the Super Bowl, like what are you wanting to see from these guys? Like Bolton going against the CMC. Fred going against Patty Mahomes. Like, what are you really expecting to see from the linebackers? Because I think the linebackers play well.
Yeah.
That team will win the game.
I got to show love to Drew Tranquil. He been putting on as well. I got to throw him in there. But I think for both guys, I think they're going to be pretty much asked for 2 different things. I feel like for the Chiefs, Bolton and Tranquil, a lot of that's on CMC, man. That's tackling. That's being physical. That's setting that tone. You know what I mean? Like when early first quarter, first drive, letting the running back know that today ain't a good day for you. Today is not a day that you feel good about this. Like you're not gonna feel good about running the ball today. Obviously, we know CMC is one of the best, so they got that heavy hat there. And then on the other side with Dre and Fred, man, it's coverage. It's coverage. Y'all gonna be asked to match up one-on-one with Kelsey, and y'all gonna have to win. You know where he gonna run. He gonna sit in the zones. Y'all gonna have to man him up, man eyes. Play the ball, and y'all gonna be asked to make a play in a crucial situation, and that's what the game's gonna come down to.
If you had to put your money on it, who you got winning that matchup? Travis Kelce or them linebackers?
I hate to say it because I really love San Fran linebackers, but I got Kelsey, boy. He just savvy enough to know how to get that separation, and Patty is gonna put it where he has to. That's where it is. It's like he knows I just got to get 6 inches right here, and the ball's here. Yeah, and the ball's, and he going to catch it.
I know KJ's answer to this. This is a conversation that happens right now. Who you have seen on tape, played against, who is the best running back in the game right now? One that you say, okay, I'm going to have to really get ready for this game. Who's the best running back in the game right now?
I mean, well, it has to be McCaffrey, just straight up. It has to be. It has to be CMC. Yeah, I mean, I just think what he's able to do, and I'm not going to lie, it was that Detroit game that really put it over the top for me, just because he was running physical, bro. Like, I always knew, and I practiced against McCaffrey, I always knew how athletic he was, how explosive he was, footwork, body control. Yeah. But to just be able to tough run at the tough run, he got slammed on his neck, got up, got the ball back again. Yeah. He scores touchdowns every time he plays. That's powerful. Yeah. He's a great running back. One running back I do got to show love to. Underestimated when he played. He's a hell of a player. Bijan Robinson is going to be a good player in this league.
They didn't use him right.
Nah, they did. They used him right against us. I was like, damn, why y'all want to give him the ball now? Y'all ain't getting the ball all year. So.
But KJ, you said CMC. Y'all said the same thing.
Another guy I respect is Raheem Mostert. I like what Raheem brings to the table. his journey with his knee injury, with the San Francisco 49ers, went to Miami. I think he had like 18 tutties this year.
Yeah, something crazy.
So he doing his thing as well.
Yeah, nah, for sure.
Yeah. But Z, appreciate you, my dog.
Oh man, always
Keep
look,
the
when I hear-
pod
when I hear-
going,
Yeah,
keep
we
the
got
pod
to. We
going.
got some smoke coming this week.
Trench's show.
Trenches with Zaire Franklin. Shout out. We got TY episode dropping tomorrow. It's gonna be a great one. Trust me.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good one. It's always good when you get the legends out there, man. Absolutely. Hey, tell Bobby Wagner when y'all see Bobby Wagner, tell him I'm looking for him.
He here.
I might tackle him so I can catch up.
Just call him.
I've been watching y'all. Look, Bobby, KJ. I've been fans of y'all for forever. Before I even met y'all, I ain't never watched Bobby game and not wanted him to snap. Like I was watching that last game. So y'all just gonna throw the ball right in front of him, huh? You're not even gonna try to break Bobby tackle. All right, there you go.
How many he beat you by?
4. He had 15 that last game.
In
I said,
Arizona?
oh my gosh, like you just couldn't be regular. But now I understand I understood he walked me down like a true vet, like a true Hall of Famer would. That's all that was.
For context, Bobby played the most out of any defender in the league this year.
Oh yeah, no, understood. But at the same time,
He's still killing.
yeah, his level of play to be able to do that, year 12?
Oh, that's crazy.
180 at year 12. I ain't gonna lie, to 179 at 6 didn't feel great, to be honest with you. It didn't feel great.
But I remember asking Bobby when like the third year, I said, Bobby, because I didn't get 100 tackles until year 4. I asked Bobby, I said, bro, do you think you could do this every single year? He's like, what, 100 tackles? Like that's money, bro. It's easy money.
Yeah.
I said, all you got to do is set your goals, do the math, just hit your benchmark every game.
Yeah.
We're talking about 12 years in a row.
Yeah, that's
100 tackles.
That's legendary stuff. That's like I said, like you said before, like just to be able to be mentioned 1 and 2,
Right.
like with a guy like that I not only trained with but looked up to, took so much advice from, took so much heed from. Obviously, him and KJ have been huge role models for me, and not only in my game but in my life too. So just to be in that conversation with them has been great.
Make sure y'all pay Zaire. He needs more money. You know what I mean?
He said it, not me.
I said it. Zaire needs more money. There's no way he should be 1 and 2 with Bobby Wagner and not get paid more money. Pay the man.
Yeah, indeed.
Appreciate you.
For sure. Always.
Always love.
Yes, sir.
Always
yes,
love.
sir. Yes, sir.
Mike,
Man.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Mike.
Yeah.
I'm from Mississippi,
All right.
and we believe in God. We believe in praying. We believe that God's in control of everything, and which he is. When I met you, I'm gonna be honest. I thought you was a little cuckoo, a little crazy.
A little off my rocker.
I was a little off. But man, tell me about. You remember when I broke my foot,
Yeah.
and you said, KJ, envision your bone healing. Look at your bone that has a screw in it. Look at your bone healing. And really break down, Gervais, the power of the mind, the power of the brain, the power of this thing right here controls so much, but you have to make the conscious effort to really tap into it to make really whatever you want to happen in life.
I appreciate that knowing that you thought I was a little screwy when we first met.
I did.
And he told the story about a screw. But go ahead.
All right. So I actually think, KJ, that, so as a trained sports psychologist, that most people automatically know that the mind is important. I don't think there's anyone that doesn't really appreciate how powerful the mind is, how much from the neck up really controls the rest of the situation. However, a disciplined mind is rare. A trained mind, a mind that is cultivated to be able to meet the demands of a moment, that's a very special thing. And in elite sport, there's a lot of disciplined mind. There's a lot of minds that have really trained themselves to be in the present moment, independent of the external circumstances. The most powerful people on the planet are the ones that work from the inside out.
Yeah.
And let me ring the bell on the screw and God here for a minute. Where does God live? Inside and outside. But when you work from the inside out, you're connecting to something that's bigger than you. And so I have a hard time differentiating mind, body, spirit. I have a very hard time differentiating them because the entirety of the human experience is so magnificent. Like you're in your body, I'm in my body. We're using this made up language right now. And we're like, the whole thing is like next level.
And when you look at the elite of the elite, you've been around some guys.
Yeah.
You've been around some guys. Tell me about what separates the elite from elite, that mental, like, I'm here.
Yeah.
I know who I am. I'm trained this way. I'm disciplined this way. And, like, what really separates them from the other kids?
Good from great type of thing?
Good from great.
Yeah. So I think that one of the key differentiators is they have an unwavering commitment to be in the present moment. So the whole thing happens in the present moment.
Mm-hmm.
And our brain is designed to scan the world and find all the dangers. And that'll keep us alive. Our ancestors gave us that gift to find all the risks and dangers and avoid them. And then we make some decisions about the ones we want to get closer to. Football's a dangerous sport.
Yeah.
And so the best of the best of the best know how to work with their thoughts, know how to work with their emotions, to be right here in the present moment, even when it's dangerous.
Yeah.
And that takes time under tension to train oneself.
Right. And there's been times that I get ready to go on vacation, and I pull out Rosetta Stone. You know about Rosetta Stone to help with the language?
Yeah, of course.
Sometimes people want the Rosetta Stone version of trying to get their mind right.
Oh, yeah.
So if they're listening right now to
so
Dr.
good.
You know what I mean?
That's so good.
If they're listening to Dr. Gervais right now,
Yeah.
right? And they're saying, yes, I need to get my mind right.
Yeah.
I got something to do. What can I do right now to get started, even on that path? Because if you could just get somebody on the path, then they can go from there. Because some people don't know where to start.
It's a really good question. And I'm going to defer to KJ in a minute to answer the second part of it. But I think the first part is that you have to want to be better. And you're physically training, you're technically training, and then you realize there's only one other thing you can train. You can train your body, you can train your craft, your technique, and you can train your mind. So it needs to start with the want. And you're saying that if they already have the want, where do you start?
Yes.
There's two basic levers in sports psychology. The first lever is self-talk. So understand how you speak to yourself, about the situation. And that is something that can be mastered. It takes a lifetime.
Yeah.
But so self-talk is kind of ground zero.
Yeah.
And then being able to regulate and work with and harness your emotions. And one of the great tools there is breathing. And so our ancestry passed us on another gift. When we got away from the wildebeest or the saber-tooth or whatever it was, what did we do as soon as we were safe? What did we do? We're running, and then we're away from the saber-tooth. So long exhale has been paired with relaxation.
Yeah.
So to work, emotions key us up. And then oftentimes to perform at our best, we need to find a little bit more calm.
Yeah.
So the two things I point to is self-talk and breathing. Those would be two of the basics.
And Gervais, I don't think you realize how you personally changed my NFL career.
Thank you.
You talked to Coach Norton, you talked to Coach Carroll, and they therefore talked to us.
Yeah.
Gervais, every night before a game, when we was about to play on our opponent, I turn off my TV, I turn off my lights, turn off my phone, and I would sit there and I would talk to myself.
What?
I would say, I will make every single tackle. I will be the best player on this football field. I will do this. I will do that.
No way.
And I kid you not, Gervais,
Yeah.
when I started tapping into that part of my game, I literally took off right here.
Man,
I took all the way off.
How come you ain't never told me this?
Because you ain't a sports psychologist.
That don't mean I can't use it. You should have been told us this, man. This is some of your secrets.
That's
This how you played 11 years
Yes.
in the league.
Hey, there's the dark arts here too.
Yeah.
You know, the little shadow game that some of the best play. You know, there's a reason he played so long in
And
the
I'm
league.
telling, like, how often do we talk to ourselves? Like, how often are we in our own brains? We're in
Yeah.
our brains so much.
Oh my, this is where life really happens. It's experienced out here, but like the activity happens here, but the experience is inside of us.
Okay, well then help me understand this. You're right. We do say a lot of things inside. Tell us why it is important to say them out loud.
Well, I don't know if you don't have to say them out loud. It's cool when you do. It does do something a little bit different.
What does it do?
There's just a different energy to it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be out loud though.
I didn't do mine out loud. I didn't do mine out loud.
Oh, you
Yeah.
didn't? Okay.
Yeah, I was just, yeah.
Okay.
So the second part of what KJ's probably not saying is that when he was saying the words, he was also feeling and seeing the experience. I could be way wrong, but when you say I will, this is what I'm about, whatever that quote unquote positive, productive self-talk is that it conjures up feelings and it also begins to do what is the basics of visualization, mental imagery.
Yeah.
So you could see yourself scooping. You could see yourself dropping in. You could see yourself putting yourself into, a fast-paced environment and being great in it. And that mental imagery, it's the third dial. The two basics were self-talk and breathing, and the third dial is mental imagery to see greatness ahead of time.
Yeah. There's two guys I want to talk about real quick. The first one is Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
Mastered. Mastered. When I talk about getting guys' minds right, I call it programming guys' mind to do what we did. You was with Coach Carroll for a while. Walk me through the art of how Coach Carroll cultivated and built and really just trained our minds to be who we were each and every Sunday.
It was as if it was the water we were swimming in. Was about working from the inside out, about having a great mindset. It was, if you think of like a waterfall, there was a cascading that would happen every day throughout the organization about how to think right, about how to line up your thoughts, your words, and your actions toward the shared vision. Yeah. And we talk about it, but then we would have in the big team meetings, how about it? There was always something that he was pointing to, something on psychology, something about excellence, and the guys would get, the crew would get rallied when we wouldn't highlight or show something that was not good enough. Like if you think about the relationship between showing what is excellent and showing what the mistakes were, what would that ratio is like?
Oh yeah.
What would you say it is?
8-2.
Yeah, that's about fair.
Yeah, out of 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Maybe
always
even
talk
less.
about that.
Yeah.
You always talk about what they show on film. So you are confirming what he has been saying.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, he lived it. He knows exactly what it felt like. I mean, the idea was, though, let's flood your mind with what greatness looks like.
Flood it.
Yeah, and it is a bit of like a brain washing of shitty thinking. It's a washing of the brain of all of the negativity, of all of the, the what ifs and the I'm not good enoughs and I don't know. Let's just wash all that away. And one of the ways to do that is by seeing what greatness looks like.
Yep, and a guy that I'll be on the sideline, we could be losing 42-0 with 2 minutes left to go. Russell Wilson's on the sideline. Come on, guys. We got it. We can do it. We can come back. We can win. I've never seen Russell Wilson waver.
I know. Like
in my life.
Unbelievable.
I've never seen that from him. And you look at how his career has unfolded, just each and every Sunday, Russ is going to potentially be in the Hall of Fame one day. What was it about Russ that when you saw this guy, he has it figured out. He knows who he is.
So what some of the greats do is they make fundamental commitments in their life. And Russ isn't here, so I don't want to talk about Russ in this way, but it certainly looks like Russ has made a fundamental commitment to be his very best in every moment available. And so when there's a choice, do I go to negativity or positivity? He chooses positivity. If I go to giving up or staying in it, he goes to staying in it. If I go to letting go of a mistake or letting go of a bad play, or holding on to a bad play or letting go of it, he chooses to let go. So he's made some fundamental decisions that I want to put myself in the best psychological frame of mind to capture the next available opportunity.
Yeah.
And to do that, you're working in the micro moments and these micro little choices. Which way am I going to go? That begins with awareness. Awareness is another dial. If you're not aware of your inner game, if you're not aware of how thought one leads to thought two, leads to thought three, conjures up emotion A and emotion B, if you don't know how your inner world works, you're not yet even in the game. You are not in the game of high performance. Definitely not in the game of mastery. And so it begins with awareness, and there's 3 best practices to increase awareness. Ready for these?
Yep.
Okay. Conversations with people of wisdom, and that's why people love your show, okay? Conversations with people of wisdom is kind of the first one.
Yeah.
The second is journaling. Getting your thoughts out, like seeing them. There's a forcing function when you journal to say, this is how I'm thinking and feeling about something. Okay? And the third is meditation. You might say prayer, but it is the way that you're sitting with your inner experience to become more aware of how it's working. Yeah. Those are the 3 best practices. Yeah. And I would go as far to say, if you are not practicing one of those 3 on a consistent basis, you're a grinder.
Yeah.
You're a grinder. And that might get you really good, but you'll never really understand what you're capable of.
Yep.
Wow.
Big moments. You coached the guy that jumped out of a plane, no parachute.
That's right.
Y'all listen to me.
What?
He trained a guy to jump out of an airplane. How many thousands feet in the air?
30,000.
30,000 feet out of the air with no parachute. Big moments. How, Gervais? Big moments, Super Bowl.
I love where you're going.
Big moments. What are big moments, and do big moments even exist?
I love you're going here. So this is something we worked on a lot. Are we going to treat the Super Bowl as if it is just another game we're playing, or the biggest game ever?
Or in between?
Right. And actually, what I would suggest is that the in-between is where we get caught. I would say pick one and then back yourself into the right type of planning and preparation so that you are prepared for that approach. And at the Seahawks, what we did is it's another game. It's going to be a crazy show. It's just another game. What does Coach Carroll always talk about?
Championship opportunity.
It's another championship opportunity. And the first practice was a championship opportunity. The first preseason game was a championship opportunity. Game number 4, practice number 72, they were all championship opportunities. And playoff 1, playoff 2, playoff 3, and Super Bowl, they're championship opportunities. So it's not like it's something new. And this is my decision in my life. And I've worked across, whether it was Luke Akins, who jumped from 30,000 feet, or Felix Baumgartner, who jumped from 128,000 feet.
No parachute?
That was a different deal. He had a parachute on, but that was the brightest minds in aerospace. When he passed through the speed of sound, they weren't sure if his legs and arms were going to rip off. Yeah, I know. Wow. So these are the fundamental commitments I'm talking about. Imagine the command of mind, though. Go back to Luke, who was jumping from 30,000 feet into a 16-story net that he and his friends built. And when you jump from 30,000 feet, the target looked like the size of a stamp. So imagine jumping. There is no plan B. And no plan B.
No.
If you hit that target or
Don't.
You don't. Right. Okay. That is an extreme command of craft, body, and mind. The ultimate example of high trust of self and high trust of others. And he is not crazy. He's taken the next natural step in his love, in his discipline.
Yes.
And so let's go back to the Super Bowl, our approach. Our approach was, let's treat it like it's another game.
Yes.
And there's intensity that we're trying to capture.
Yes.
There's a calmness that we're trying to find.
Yes.
There's an inner belief. We started practicing those types of psychological practices in the first practice.
Yeah.
In the first preseason. It doesn't matter. It was a consistency. So when we arrived to the first one, it was like, you did you. How about it? Right?
Yeah.
So can you like share what that felt like? Was it another game, or was it the biggest game ever? Which way did you go?
I went with, I've been dreaming of this game my whole life. I've been watching this since I was a young pup. Just visualizing, just throwing the football in the backyard with my dad. I want to be in this game. And it hit me when we went to the NFC Championship. And that feeling of this is a big game lasted for about 3 days.
Yeah.
Then I simmered down.
You did.
I got on my high, like, God, Lee, catch you. Then I brought myself down. This is a football game.
Right.
So I hit that high, and then I brought myself low.
Yep. Still the same amount of men.
Yes.
Still the same kind of distance around the perimeter.
Yep.
Same rules. Same. And then so I'm not going to change. This is a decision I've made, a fundamental decision I've made in my life. I'm not going to let the external world dictate my internal experience. So I'm not going to go that direction. And I need to say that I am going to be so present in my life that I'm bringing my best parts forward, independent of what's happening out here. Best parts, it sounds like we're on a different kind of show now.
Yeah.
Dr. Gervais.
We could talk all day.
Appreciate you.
I appreciate you guys.
Much love, as always.
Much love back.
Thank you so much.
KJ, it's been fun watching you do your thing, seeing you being a great athlete, a great man all around, and now a great host. It's awesome.
Thank you, Gervais.
Thanks, Gervais. Appreciate you guys.
Man. You worn out? You doing a lot?
Yeah, he doing a lot.
You doing too much?
Yeah. Nah. I mean, I just landed. I landed like an hour ago.
Oh, today?
Oh.
Yeah. Came right here.
Where you been in the off season?
Fort Lauderdale. Spent some time in Arizona. But this year, I'm gonna spend a little more time at the crib.
Why?
My parents. My parents just retired. It's the first year they retired. So I'm gonna spend some time with them, go on a little trip. Little song.
What they want to do, man? Do a little trip. Come on, man.
They just want to see, I just want to see something.
Yeah.
I just want to see something.
What they want to see?
Some out the country. And it's crazy. My parents, I'm the youngest, so they've been everywhere. I never even been out the country.
Really?
Wow.
So it's gonna be my first time, but they taking me somewhere. Yeah.
Man, we big fans of what you've done, man. Your rookie season, you know what I mean? You had a solid season. You had 7 TDs, you know what I'm saying? Last season, you've been doing your thing with the Commanders and everything. What does, outside of spending time with your parents, what is it going to take for you to take the next step in what you want to be?
Consistency, man. Week in and week out, being that guy, being able to show up and make plays, being able to be consistent, and make those plays necessary for our team to get over the hump and get those W's. I feel like I'm a guy that my team looks upon as very heavily relevant in the offense, and a guy that we need to go to sometimes on those big third downs to make a play. And sometimes it's not even about the scheme. It's about the talent you have and that dog in you and being able to make that play. So I feel like this year is going to be a big role for me to step up and make those plays.
And John, you don't know us too well, but on this show we keep it a buck.
Yeah.
We'll be honest. Are you an honest individual?
I am an honest individual.
You're an honest guy. I need to be honest.
Okay.
So when people look at the Washington Commanders, who you play for, what do you think people see when they see the Washington Commanders? And B, what is it something that going forward you want the people to see? This is our team. This is our franchise. This is the organization when it comes to the Washington Commanders.
So when you say
Answer A first.
A.
What do people? What do
Players.
you think people think?
You talking players?
Players, fans.
So players, they probably think that we got a W. That's when they think of the Commanders. They probably think we got a W.
We go beat them.
Yeah.
We go beat
and
them.
then fans, they come to our stadium. They take over our stadium, so they feel like that's their home.
Okay.
I feel like those two things we got to change. Those are the biggest two things for me. I feel like we got to change this year. Being able to get that home field advantage, because that's huge. I feel like most home games, we go into the home games, we're on silent count at home, which is it's insane.
Oh, wow.
I experienced that in Vegas. It was like that in Vegas my last year.
Yeah, it's crazy. I feel like that's a big thing we got to change. Get the DMV, really bring them together and bring some W's back to Washington.
So I hear you saying that. I hear you want that. What is it going to take to get that done? Because for a minute, it's been like that. Like, who is it going to come from?
Yeah.
And what is it going to take to really execute that?
I feel like we are very much moving in the right directions. New management coming in, new head coach, all new coaches. I feel like we're kind of getting rid of the old and bringing in some new. And I feel like that's what the fans have wanted to see. That's what we have wanted to see. We wanted to see change. And that's what we're getting. I feel like we're doing things, pushing in the right direction. And I feel like it's going up for me.
Yeah.
Now, like he said, this isn't a normal show. Other shows, right? I'm gonna say something.
Yeah.
Other shows, when you said looking for change, would have pressed you on what that would be.
Right.
We don't get down like that. Okay. I just want to let that be known.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
Okay. All right. Now, Dan Quinn is going to be your new head coach. Was his defensive coordinator when they won the Super Bowl and all that good stuff.
Okay.
He's going to be your new head coach. I know you're excited about that.
For sure.
I know you looking at him like you're going to bring our friend Michael Parsons.
Yeah.
You're going to bring our friend Michael Parsons. Your thoughts on Dan Quinn as the new head coach? What do you know about him? What have you heard about him?
I'm really excited. And I've only heard things from Micah Parsons, who says nothing but great things about him.
Penn State connection.
Yeah, exactly. That was my roommate at Penn State, so I've been asking him, what is Coach Quinn like? He said he's a player's guy, man. He's someone who's going to ride for you no matter what. And that's all you want in a coach.
Yeah.
Someone who's going to ride for you, who's going to have your back when you need him.
Yeah, and when you look at this new offensive coordinator, Cliff Kingsbury's coming in, you have a unique skill set.
Yeah.
If you could tell Coach Cliff Kingsbury, this is how I want to be utilized, This is what I do well. Use me this way. What are you telling Cliff?
Give me the ball in short areas. I feel like my short area quickness, I feel like I'm one of the better players in the league. I feel like I can get open now.
Tell me what combination. What do you want? You want slants? You want
Slant.
drag routes? You want just
slants
curls?
My favorite route. Slants is my favorite route. You put me on some slants. Let me remix it. Throw me in a whip. Just different short. Because I feel like I can get open very quick. So I feel like different things like that and getting me the ball fast. I feel like I will help our team.
You can go inside. You
Yes.
can go inside, be the E receiver.
Yes. I can play outside too, though. That's the thing. I feel like I'm dynamic. I feel like I can make plays down the field. I feel like I can stretch the field. So being able to move inside and outside is something that I've always done.
Is your personality when you're not getting that, you're not receiving that? Are you the type to go to the coach or to the quarterback?
I'm not.
That's not you.
And people around me say I need to do that.
Okay. You played the game 11 years, Super Bowl, Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
What should he do?
Are you a believer?
I am a believer.
Ask and you shall receive, says the Bible.
I've heard that.
Ask and you shall receive. and it's not in a sense of you being a diva, you being an asshole, a jerk. It's a sense of I want to win.
Right, exactly.
And the way you go about it is everything.
Yeah.
Don't throw no tantrum. Don't go up there, give me the ball.
Yeah.
Go in the Tuesday meetings when they doing the game plan. Hey, coach, this is what I'm seeing on film.
Yeah.
This is what I like. Hey, Sammy, hey, this is what I want to do. Hey, let's really try to execute this. Like, really gravitate towards the play caller, gravitate towards the quarterback, build that relationship and that trust.
Right.
And when they do give you that chance,
Make it happen.
make it happen.
Yep.
I like
Sure.
it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's my OG 2 cents of the day.
Now you
Appreciate
know
that.
I knew that was your roommate. That's why I said, is he going to bring a friend?
Right,
He's going to bring a
right,
friend. You know what I mean? Michael Parsons coming in. But let's talk about your roommate. Now, let me say this first, okay? I thought you was a great player because, of course, I've been watching Penn State, of course. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know they can't really beat Ohio State. But anyway, shots fired. But I do want to say this. I thought you'd be good. I didn't know that Michael Parsons would be this.
Yeah.
Now, what is this? Because there has to be something that you knew when y'all was roommates. What this is?
Yeah.
What is this?
It's crazy, right?
This is crazy.
It's crazy. And it's crazy because, being that you probably feel the same way, you see, so being on the same team as someone and being able to see them every day in practice and the different things they do naturally versus playing against someone week to week, you see things from a different perspective. So me playing with Micah for 2 years, and seeing the things that he did at practice every single day on a day-to-day basis, just naturally, like he didn't even mean to do it.
Yeah.
But he's just doing some crazy thing that you're like, you sit back, you're like, did he just do that? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Did he just do that? So I've been seeing it ever since he was 17, 18 years old, a freshman at Penn State.
Yeah.
It's been crazy, man.
Yeah.
He's growing.
And you hear people all the time say, oh, I'm in my bag.
Right.
Oh, I'm in my bag.
Yeah.
When you look at yourself, do you feel like you in your bag, or there's a whole new level you could take it to?
There's a whole new level I feel like I could tap into.
Listen, before you speak, I totally agree.
Yeah.
Because I've seen you,
Yeah.
and I've seen what you've done. I'm like, he haven't even scratched the surface
Yeah,
yet.
I feel like I just need the opportunity. That's all. I do feel like there's a whole different.
Have you talked to Kingsbury yet? talked to him?
He just got hired the other day. He
You wanna
texted
call
me.
him?
He texted me and introduced him. So I got to go to the facility when I get back to Virginia.
I mean,
But
when he texts you, what you text him back? What you say?
I said, man, I'm hyped. Let's do it.
Give me the ball.
Yeah.
You should have said. You know this year 3, right, bro?
Right.
You
nah.
know this year 3. You
For
know I
sure.
like slants. You know I, you know what I'm saying? Like look. When it's the show sheet, you know what I'm saying? The play sheet call. This
Yeah.
first and second down.
Yeah.
First and second down. You better be like, hey, bro.
Nah, for sure, though. Yeah.
But yeah, man, do your thing in OTAs, bro.
Yeah.
Do your thing this season, and yeah, take with that next step as a pro, with that next step as a as a young man. Really voice what you need.
Yeah.
Really voice what I can get, what I bring to the table, and I promise you'll get what you're looking for.
Yes, sir.
You'll get it, brother.
I'm glad you're making your rounds, man, because people need to know you.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
They do.
Oh, yeah.
Keep doing this. You know what I'm saying? You need to be a household name. You feel me? And I just look, check this out. when you do become a household name and you do become that Pro Bowler, that dude, man, you better come back to this show
forget about
right
it.
here, man. And you like, you know what? I'm gonna mess with them because he could have pressed me on a question.
Right.
He let it slide.
Nah, for sure.
Yeah, man. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate y'all
Appreciate you,
for
my
having
boy.
me, man.
Thank you.